Hey sound techs, it just dawned on me that this computer down here could be putting out its sound digitally over the Dante network. This switch here is really noisy. I think it's causing our problems right now, but this PC is super noisy. If I stop, if I pause the music, there's just hum and hiss and digital noise. It's really not great, but there's an alternative. Here's the alternative. Up here, we can take it, instead of the headphone out of the Dante Virtual Soundcard. So this computer already is connected via Dante, which right now has 48 channels that it can send to the board and receive from the board. So that's how we can do multi-track recording. But for our purposes, when I decide to output over that instead, that should mean that by default this just kicks out of channels 1 and 2 over the Dante network. So let me show you how you'd patch that in. I'm down here on the PC channel, which is buried in the E layer right now because we're all full up for other Sunday morning things right now. PC right now, if I select it and look at its patching, it's patched to Surface sockets 1 to 8, which are the physical XLR jacks on the back of here, 7 and 8. So let me change that. I mute the channel. I'm going to go here, and I'm going to pick the Surface card. So it's Surface IO port 4, and just pick 1 and 2 and apply. And if you ever forget which one that is, just look to your handhelds and lavs. If I look at those, Surface IO port 4, 61, 62, 63. So I've got them at the end of the Dante network, because the Dante network has a total of, I don't even know, 64 each way, I think. Yes, that's got to be why it is. So 61 to 64 are our wirelesses here, and 1 to 48 are just connecting this board to this computer. All that to say, PC, I go to 1 and 2 and hit apply, and now this will play. The headphone outs won't work anymore. And when I stop, you can hear that it's totally clean. This is like digital clean. So this is like no ones and zeros are happening because there's no analog path and no mic preamp involved. In fact, you might find out it's too much signal, too hot. So instead of a gain, it has a trim. All digital things can be trimmed down, which is just trimming digitally ones and zeros instead of actually turning down an analog path, an analog preamp. So there you have it. But I want to let individual people do that, because otherwise, if it's on all scenes, this might get changed over to the headphone out for some other reason, like if you wanted to use this mini jack here instead of the computer. So there's good reason not to just kind of make that mandatory all the time and pull this switch away. So just change your audio output to the Dante Virtual Soundcard, and then take your PC channel and bring things in on 1 and 2 of the Dante network, which is the Dante card on the back of this Surface, which is Surface IO port 4.